We are recording this meeting today because some friends, 4 or 5 friends, are not able to join us today. They are working, but we are sure that they are linked with us by thought, so we can elevate our mind towards God, preparing ourselves this beautiful morning in London to share our beloved Master Jesus between us, his teachings, studying this beautiful topic, reincarnation, that we have to learn and remember every day. The law of action and reaction linked with the law of reincarnation. So, dear Lord, may your blessing be with our dear friends that are not able to join us today. The ones that slowly later on will join us in this meeting, and we will share our slides and the knowledge that we are online now. And with your permission, dear Master Jesus, and the authorization of each one of us, we start our humble meeting this morning. So be it. Amen. Now, how can I do now to share the screen? Somewhere, in some place?
You should have the button share screen, I think, on your iPad, if you like.
So there is a screen, screen broadcast, screen Zoom,
Yes.
start broadcast.
You can put screen broadcast or something like that.
Okay, so can you see my slides now?
Not yet.
This is in my screen now.
Oh, go back to Zoom and try again.
I'm in Zoom, screen broadcast, because it has microphone off. Everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded. Enabled, do not disturb to prevent unexpected notifications. But I think it's not here, it's somewhere.
So just put yes.
It's not yes there.
No? Share screen? Like when they say that everything's gonna be recorded, you just press OK or something like that.
It starts, stop broadcast, screen broadcast.
Yes, that's it. Now it's working.
Yeah, okay. Yes. I can see my screen, but how can I see my screen now? Can you push beside me, the screen beside me or not?
Yeah, we can see you and the screen now.
Okay.
Just go to your slides in your
right.
iPad.
Okay. It's okay now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, my dear friends. So, Rose is here. Wow. Beautiful. No, I don't think she's here. Okay, last week, Baz was invited to go to a group that we were together organizing to found this group, which we founded last Friday in Brentwood, okay? Brentwood is a small town near 1 hour from London. But the topic that we spoke there about reincarnation, I brought some information regarding the scientists' research in Brazil, United States, and India. And later on, we shared some other information. But basically, I don't know if you know Dr. Hernani Guimarães Andrade. He is our Brazilian scientist, as a scientist. So he did a lot of research with families, with children that remember their past incarnations and from current one. Better now, yes?
Yes, better.
Okay, so he did 80 scientific cases. The entire Brazil was involved in this research, and he proved a lot of information that one child or other child was given to his family about remembering past life, past families, including call mom, said, "Mom, you are not my mom, you are my sister, and you did this and you did that for me, and when we have our mother, blah, blah, blah." So everything that the mother was writing, and when Dr. Hernani found this family, he traced the information that the child was giving to his family. When the child was in north of Brazil, he was telling something that happened in Rio Grande do Sul, south of Brazil. So he flew from any part of Brazil where tracing the information about what the child was saying, including in this book, the child remembered to be a priest in previous reincarnation. And the case is so beautiful. So Dr. Hernani and people in Brazil allow us to translate and publish in English. So we have in Bas, this book is a real case that people really can understand why reincarnation is a biological law, why reincarnation has been studied or in the Bible for so long. But when reincarnation mixed with a religion, the religion said no reincarnation at all, it's impossible to do that, we live just one life, go to heaven or go to hell. That is injustice. It's not according to God's law. So Dr. Hernani, our Brazilian scientist, has long conversations and travels with another doctor, that is Dr. Ian Stevenson. That's not here now. Dr. Ian Stevenson, I think I mixed it here. I mixed the slides. So Dr. Ian Stevenson did a lot of research in India, and when he found 20 cases about reincarnation, proved the 20 cases, he wrote his book regarding this research reincarnation. And following Dr. Ian Stevenson, from since 1966, Dr. Jim Tucker from the same university, Virginia University, he's a professor, he's a researcher. He was with us last Congress last year, and the research from Dr. Tucker in the book Return to Life is really amazing. So we should, as spiritists, spiritualist people, we should follow a little bit close the scientific research on this topic, is that we are really deep immersed, and we believe so much one of the 5 fundamental principles of our spiritist studies. So Dr. Jim Tucker is not a spiritist per se, but he is the one that proves, confront cases, and bring to the light the information since the children starting saying things about past life. He does the research and he proves it, that it is really true. It is possible, it's real. Reincarnation does exist forever in our entire evolution of our spirit, okay? So one of the people that is really, I spoke with Dr. Rupert Sheldrake, and that is one of the people that really is immersed in research regarding soul, regarding thoughts that is not in our brain. If the body dies, we still survive. The consciousness is still something. So he's doing this research in the morphic resonance magnetic fields. He does it beautifully, and his book and his topic, his talks around this topic is amazing. He's the one that did so many research regarding how one information that brought with someone here later on can be found in in the Virgin Island, for example, without people contact, because there is a conscience, there is a morphic resonance in the universe. Why people insist that we are not a spiritual being? We die when the body die. We live these lives without no trace for carry on our persona, our spiritual persona, our spiritual guidance, or things that we achieved in one existence, we follow resonance for the other existence. So this Dr. Rupert Sheldrake, I had a meeting, the same with him, in the Society of Psychical Research, and in the informal talk, we learn more than we think that we are learning. So following Dr. Ian Stevens and Dr. Jim Tucker, there are also Dr. Brian Weiss. I think everybody knows Dr. Brian Weiss, or almost everybody knows Brian Weiss. He did research that is spontaneously starting with one client, Katerina, that was a patient that was doing therapy with him in his clinic. So once she with Dr. O'Brien, she was able to trace 100 reincarnations. It is really amazing, but the way that he did his research and put everything in the books, many lives, many masters, same soul, many bodies, in amongst 4,000 cases, 4,000 patients since the 1980s, is something really good. These people, they are no religious people, because religion and science broke their link many years ago. But now, slowly, we have our Spiritist Medical Association with the doctors doing this research, creating more fields to research, more information regarding energy, regarding soul, regarding consciousness, regarding healing, regarding power of lion hands. So many things that is going on in the universe right now, because we are guided 24/7 by the good spirits or bad spirits, the ones that are really putting their minds to research about eternal life, about God, about the Almighty Father, about power or infinity or divinity, they will find, because the benefactors that are guiding the universe, taking care of their planets, and we have Jesus, that is our Christ, governor of our planet. So there are a lot of good spirits inspiring, helping, working together with the good minds, incarnated minds, as these scientists are. So I invite you all to go to the website and open this link, openscience.org. Openscience.org, that was created some years ago, before Dr. Marlene died or passed away. There are 80 doctors, researchers within the field of spirituality. They opened this topic in a congress, and after that, more than 300 world leaders, scientists, joined and still doing research and spreading this information. So you can find there names that you know, names from Brazil, Dr. Alexander Moreira Almeida, and together they are really creating more and more consciousness regarding spirituality. So what this means, that is good for us to know and spread, because people that has no way to believe, they are materialistic people, only attached to the material things, is so able to commit suicide. So it's easy for them to commit suicide, to stop their sufferings, to stop if they lose their richness, they can be poor from one moment to another, they kill themselves. Children that has no way, don't like their parents, they're crying every day, they kill themselves. So if we are spiritists and spiritualists, and we are working together, we should at least spread scientific point of view that can be acceptable to everyone, because academic field can go everywhere, churches, beliefs, anywhere, okay, universities, anywhere. So our spiritist medical associations that we have now in several countries, Colombia, Switzerland, America, France, United Kingdom, Argentina, Brazil, Guatemala, so Panama, everywhere you can find doctors that are as well spiritualists at least, but most of these spiritist medical association, they are spiritists, accepting inside the association everyone that is in tune with spirituality, something out of this materialistic, this physical body, believe something else, they are spiritualists, they are tuned with spiritism. So they are building up more and more research in the field of reincarnation, prayer, consciousness, out of the body experiences, and etc., etc. So our congresses, we are organizing here every 2 years, bringing scientists, doctors, psychiatrists from the United Kingdom, Brazil, Canada, America, Germany, other places, so they can join and discuss everything regarding health and spirituality. So this means it's easy to accept reincarnation. Why someone can be born without arms or with some severe disturbance in mind, why someone can be born with a lot of kind of different illnesses, or a cancer since baby, or even in the uterus, in the mother's tomb, they detect so many illnesses. So these explanations we find with the doctors from the medical spiritist associations, the case studies, books, papers, academic papers, spread in the Lancet or the med information, good websites. Also, as we know these fundamental principles of spiritist philosophy that I'm sharing with you now, the existence of a supreme creator that we call God, existence of God, immortality of the soul, plurality of existence, that means reincarnation, plurality of inhabited worlds, that's not our planet that we have this format human beings, our entire solar system, we have other human formats in a different quintessential waves, we can say, frequency. Eh? Our body, we cannot touch, it's physical, we understand. But in another worlds, this frequency is different. So perhaps we can not see with our physical eyes, but there are life there. There are life in Jupiter, there are life in Mars, there are life in everywhere. On the other hand, God could be only creating us to see the beautiful nights, the beautiful other galaxies without life. No, it's impossible. It's not only Earth that we have our life. I think my slides disturbed a little bit to bring it to the iPad. So the existence of God is the basis of spiritism. It's a cornerstone, being God, the supreme intelligence, the primary cause of all beings, all things. Eh? So I pass here. I don't know if you can. God is eternal, unchangeable, immaterial, unique, omnipotent, sovereign, just, and good, created the universe, which encompasses an animated and inanimated material and intangible beings. It's difficult for you to read, isn't it? But I don't know how to change it here now.
It's okay.
In chapter 5 of the Spirit's book, evidence of the existence of God is an axiom that we are applied to our science. So in one of our previous congresses, I think it was 2009, one of the speakers psychiatrist, he said in loud voice that we, spiritists, we have we have academic studies in our spiritist groups, even if a small one like us, because we study every week these 5 books that it brings these principles that is really showing the entire humankind that we are more than a physical body. So he said that this book should be studied in universities. And we are lucky because we have these studies in our groups. So I kept this in my mind because it's something that I will never forget. He's a taller man, taller than me, and was telling things that was like that. Oh my God, he knows about the books because he already in advance, since 2003 or before that, these 2 psychiatrists, 3 actually, psychiatrists from London, rich ones, they really read all 5 Kardec books. Can you believe that? So between us, who read these 5 books? So I didn't read the 5 books entirely cover to cover. Of course, I study, I go there when I have something to talk. I go in the right place. Now easy now to find. You click search, put the word, and immediately you have all the topics that are there in the book, and easily you can organize and assembly your speak. For the ones that don't know the books that I'm talking about, you can really freely download these books on the BAS website, the bas.org.uk, written here. These five books are amazing in English, that we are dealing now more in English situation. They are academic studies, as I said. So if you want to download this book, go to our website, bas.org.uk, and you can study in your offices, in your free times, in walking or sitting in a park. You can read these amazing books and be aware that you are part of the universe. So there are 3 things in man: the body, or being material, the soul, or immaterial, incarnate spirit in the body, and the perispirit, or semi-material wrapper, the bond that it binds the body to the spirit, intermediate element. There are other names we can find in spiritualism, other names, other kinds of levels of the, not only 3, you can find 7 sometimes, but the basic ones we have 3, okay? Not being the spirits equal, nor in power, nor in the intelligence, or in knowledge or morality, having several graduations of evolution amongst the spirits. The Hindus, the ancient Greeks, the Egyptians, they said about the others level of our spiritual body, we can say astral body, ethereal body, perispirit, spirit, so you name it, there is a lot of. So as we're talking about reincarnation, that means the plurality of existence, show us that the soul progresses, and if it is subjected to the proof of a new existence, it is what we call reincarnation. We all have many existences, and the goal of reincarnation is the atonement and the progressive betterment of humankind. For without it, where would the justice be? As I said before, why God leave the creation of a body with so many difficulties, no arms, blind, no legs, have people like that, right? But as God is justice, is giving us this health medicine for the soul throughout our reincarnation, sufferings, problems, deceptions, that we should learn how to deal with it without blasphemy, without jumping conclusions against God or terminate our life. because otherwise we will face it again and again and again in different situations. God is so merciful. So the things that is happening in our life, a cancer, for example, I gave this example that my daughter suffered with cancer for 2 years and a half. Now she's clean, but dealing with another side effects of the chemotherapy. But throughout all these 2 years and a half, she was really smiling, never, never shout against God or against anything. Did what she should be done with benevolence, with charity to the heart, helping others in the same situation in the hospital. Talk with the others with encouragement. Okay, come on, let's go. We can do it. We face it, we can do it, and move on. So she always encouraging people to face it with courage and love each other, not jumping in depression, in other problems because, oh, I'm ill, I have cancer, oh, poor of me. No, I have cancer. I am a soldier. I will face it, this war with my arms, with my arms, and my arms with love, care, prayer, believe in God. That is a sunshine for our life. A sunshine is now in my window here. So therefore, reincarnation allows the spirit to live various existences in this or in other worlds, growing, becoming intellectually, morally evolved, and increasingly approaching the laws of God. We know that Dr. Bezerra de Menezes, Mary of Mother of Jesus, that work in the spiritual field, she said to Dr. Bezerra de Menezes that he could be reincarnated in another world or be released from these earthly problems, etc. And he said that he preferred to stay around us today as a spiritist while a friend is suffering, encouraging, helping. So we believe so much in Dr. Bezerra de Menezes helping, spreading the word in the world, for the entire world now have a spiritist center, the smallest one, the biggest one, but every spiritist center founded there believes in Dr. Bezerra de Menezes' approach, helping, spiritually speaking, giving opportunity to the mediums to speak his messages and help others. That is the way that we work, because we are here incarnated one, but we are first spirit, and we are surrounded by spirits. You in your homes now, you are surrounded by spirits. According to your mind, your tune, your thoughts, you can attract bad or good ones. So I really, truly suggest you, please, if you are thinking something bad against others, stop a little bit and think that you are never alone. You are surrounded by people with no physical body. They can help you. Ask for help in good faith, and the help will come. But help will come not in the way that perhaps you wish, but the way that will be the best for you. If you ask help, oh, I have this illness, I want to be cured, please help me to be cured. You can ask, but perhaps they will send a bitter medicine that you have to swallow this medicine in order to receive this help. And this bitter medicine can be in different ways, not only in a bottle of water or other things. But of course, you doing your prayer, you put a glass of water and ask for the best. Ask the medicine. And if you deserve it, it's the best thing for you, they will add the medicine in your water. So sometimes we think that we are the best one, and we see now in a mirror something that we are not. People are seeing us that they really are evil person, a person that does so many bad things against the society, against people, but we think that we are the best. We think that you are so beautiful, but our soul can reveal really what we are. So we have to be really careful and sometimes accept the critical minds come to us and things that we really should pay attention and understand that what's coming towards us, Elsa, you are so brute. you are doing something that's not good. Please think about. So I can step back and see what I have done and redo it and apologize. So we can use my own mask. My mask that is really the one that I want is the mask of a charitable person, a gentle person, but sometimes people see us different way. Carry on. Time now? Okay. And the question 166 for the spirit books, you can follow now because it's our study spirit book, né? How can a soul who did not reach perfection during its corporeal life complete the work of its purification by submitting to the trial of a new existence, reincarnation? How does the soul accomplish this new existence? Through its transformation as a spirit. In order to purify itself, the soul, of course, undergoes a transformation. But for this to occur, the needs of the trial of corporeal life is only in a physical body that we really evolve as we pay, inverted commas, our past, inverted commas, sins. That means we are the ones that are guiding our evolution according to what I'm practicing today. The acts that I'm doing today will be my reaction in the future. So what I'm undergoing today, that is the reaction or effect from the past life, what I have done. Perhaps I kill a family, I throw a stone in Christ a cross, I don't know. Perhaps I burn the people in medieval ages, I don't know, we don't know. But for sure, we believe that God is justice. If you have problems in our life, poverty, illnesses, struggle with families, struggling with children, that sometimes I don't see children as my children, or things like that people are saying to me, be sure, do what you must do. Think about, study, change your behavior, be silent most of the time, thinking before saying something or write something, in order to diminish this spreading, these problems, in order to diminish you against God because you are ill. There are something good in everything. So the beautiful flower sometimes comes from the dreadful, I don't know, pantano in English, the dreadful places. Then, does the soul live many corporeal existence? That's a good question, no? Does the soul live many corporeal existence? Yes, we all live many lives. And those who say otherwise wish to keep you in ignorance, in which they themselves dwell. That is their desire. But there are 22 questions in the Spirit's books talking about reincarnation. 22 questions. But we are talking more in the cause and effect. The cause and effect is a scientific field as well. Action reaction is something chemical as well. You have to do things in order to produce one third thing. So if we behave ourselves in a good way, be gentle, be ourselves actually. Sometimes go to our inner intimate and think about what we are doing this week, preparing for the next week, preparing with your prayer, every day linked with the good benefactors, good spirits, in order to be surrounded by them, inspired by them. We should, of course, use our free will, but most of the time, our free will, they are coming inspiration from the spiritual world. So remember the person that was in the desert. So this person was in desert without a horse, without a camel, without a water, almost dying, and saying, "Oh, please, please help me! Someone help me! Someone help me!" So he stopped a little bit, and I go to this way. So he put himself then slowly, walked there, and he found an oasis. And Oasis, he said, oh, I have a good idea. Oh, thank me that I am so intelligent. No, the benefactors inspired him. So we should be humble as well to accept that we are not totally boss of our life. We are a working partnership with our benefactors, with the ones that we have damaged in the past, that now try to find us and make us our life terrible. So we should think about that everything that is a reason, and we should think about God as a merciful person, a merciful divinity. This law is discussed in deep in the books of the Spiritist philosophy that I said last week, because people there, I was the only, me and Irene, we were the only Brazilians. There were 22 British people. For the first time that I talked to them, they heard about reincarnation, and I didn't have a break because everyone wants to talk like in the break, but it was good. So the Spiritist philosophy, in special the Spirit's book, The Gospel According to Spiritism and the Genesis. So reincarnation is in our entire philosophy books, but most discussed in Spiritist philosophy is in these 3 books. The knowledge of the existence of this divine law is very important for us to comprehend God's laws. In fact, the clear understanding of the law of cause and effect has the potential to make our behavior in accordance with love. In other terms, to understand the law of cause and effect can help us to make wise decisions in life and consequently evolve more efficiently. That is true. I brought here one small paragraph of this amazing book that this book was written in the same year, same time as Chico Xavier received the Nosso Lar. Mr. Burbage, the medium, received this book in the messages during 3 or 4 months, and the combination of these 2 books is amazing, because what we study in Nosso Lar, we can study directly in this book as well. The shadows lifted from death. There is no death. We continue. We live in another colony. And yesterday, when I was giving participating in a live organized by Fides, the Italian Spiritist Federation, with the 2 more directors of other countries, Regina Zanella spoke about a book in Italian, an Italian medium, in the same time of Chico Xavier received the book that is in the same tune, in the same study, the same level of clarification regarding Nosso Lar or spiritual colony, talking about spiritual colony. Probably we have a book received in Russian, in other parts of the world, when the spirit, the highest sphere, was dictating to André Luiz, to Chico Xavier. We received in the United Kingdom, was received in Italy, and probably in other countries. I will research that after yesterday. So sharing with you. And this is my friends. Now we can discuss a little bit, questions and answers. And I really say thank you for our special meeting today, talking about the reincarnation that is recorded in order to share with the other participants that are not able to come today. So we can still continue in discussion and recording if everyone is happy to do so, okay? I stopped here my slides, stop sharing. I don't know where I stop sharing now. How can I stop sharing now? Stop share. Stop share. Go to application. Stop screen broadcasting. Okay. Finish now, yeah? Stopping sharing.
Thank you very much, Elsa. It was really nice to see all your explanation about this topic, which is so important for us. Like, I think we live nowadays in a moment where materialism was never so high. It was never so trendy. Like everyone wants to have more, like have more power, have more money, have more everything. And people try to dominates other people. They always want to be on top of everything. And sometimes we deny so many things. Like normally, most of the people are always denying death. Like when people look to the future and think that they're going to die, uh, like they have like I don't know how I would say that, but that's really intriguing. There is a conflict. Like we cannot live with the idea that we are going to die if we are materialists. Like it doesn't fit together, the idea. And when we think about the reincarnation, we can have some kind of a relief. Like if we were born in a difficult situation with some health conditions, uh, we can get the idea, or we can be sure that that is not forever and there is a reason. So I really think that even for spiritists, really knowing deeply the reincarnation, deeply assuming that uh, this life here is temporary, is difficult for a spiritist as well. Because if we could assume that and deeply in our minds, most of the things that we do every day, we wouldn't do it. Like there's so many things we do every day that's not really worth for the spirits. For the spirits, we do a lot of things that harms us as a spirits, harms our soul. So thank you so much, Elsa, for your explanation.
Yeah, we are a big family here. Douglas, would you like to comment? And Antonio as well? You're mute, microphone.
Yes, indeed. By the way, I think it's great to know that we all have new opportunity to to fix it. I think some kind of behaviors that we have in this life. So it's good to know that we're gonna have the opportunity to do it in another life if you don't do in this life. But of course, it's better if you have, if you reach that kind of consciousness that we know that you are doing something wrong now, and then we just don't postpone. Don't let to fix it some attitudes and behaviors later. If you know, try to do it, do your best now, right? Like don't procrastinate it, right? Since we are talking about this, we all should know that bad habit you will take you to a very difficult path in the future, right? So since we know this, so we just should be very carefully about the way you think and the way you act, and try to do our best. I think that's very nice. And also, I like because you cover the topic, I would say, about um, the existence, in the life is another planet as well. You know, I would realize many times when I go to a spirit center in São Paulo, for example, many people, they don't talk about this, you know, like I think because they should be more conservative, maybe, I don't know. But even though those things are in the book of Allan Kardec, I got very glad that you mentioned it, you know. That's very, very, very good indeed. I like it a lot.
But there are a lot of spirit come and go, migration of the souls to the
Yeah.
one person to another. we're never alone because there are other planets in the same level as our planet. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, yeah. There are also like books from, I think, Emmanuel, right? Emmanuel talking about this too, and there are a lot of books, but people don't talk about many,
The
um,
book,
many times.
the O Consolador, my first book that I touched to study many years ago was the Consolador. First book that I touched my hands, Spiritist book, no? And I was amazed because questions and answers, easily to understand, talk about everything for the Consolador. It's a book that I recommend.
That's very good. Good to know. Thank you.
Antonio, your comments?
Yeah, thank you for the talk. It was very good. Well, it's very comforting in a way to know that the scientific community are digging deep into the subject as well, which it will just like strengthen spiritism as a scientific, the scientific part of the spiritism. Once we have like a scientific community willing to take their work further and prove the existence of reincarnation, the existence of the soul, and make the communication with spirits, as we know there are some developments going at the moment, happening at the moment in countries where devices are being created in which we can communicate with spirits the same way we use our mobile phone, for example. And I think it's part of the progress. It's part of the progress of our human race in a way, to know that we are here temporarily on the material body, lapidating our souls in order to improve ourselves for the next existence. You know, we're gonna reach maybe what we can call like a perfection that can be reached on this planet in order to be happy in other worlds, I would say. But yeah, it's very comforting to know that the scientific community and the point about reincarnation, once the scientific confirmation is done, there's no turning back for the existence of the spirits, right? Because it's proven. So it's going to be like a normal thing for all of us. And then maybe we'll change, as I think Adrian mentioned, that the attachments to the material world will probably change. Our focus will probably be in helping ourselves as a people, rather than having more on top of the pain and suffering of our brothers and sisters, work really hard for very little in parts of the world. So yes, thank you. Was very interesting. I really enjoyed.
What you're saying, Antonio, is very important. When the scientific field achieve the trust for the entire world, but there are a lot of economical, financial, and other things behind in order to let a little bit aside. Otherwise, when everybody acknowledge that the reincarnation is a fact, is a law, and exists, everyone will rethink what they are doing with their fortunes and leave Africa in poverty. So everyone will have to open mind as well in order to help the poor countries to evolve. Once the entire world, planet, evolving in equally in charity, in humbleness, in understanding, put in practice Jesus' teachings, the entire planet will be, of course, in a different way, it will be regeneration. But until there, we will face much more times coronavirus. One thing that I did not point is that we have several spiritual colonies. This one, the book that I show you, that is here now, The Shadows Lifted from Death, is one colony there. There's a big colony around Scandinavia. There's colony around Portugal. There's colony in Brazil. In Brazil, there's a lot of different colonies. One above Salvador is Redemption colony. So we should deep immerse not only you know, the magic thing, but really understand and read. When I read the book, make sure that some notes in the books, the good books, because there are books that put your mind like that, be careful. But we have Joana de Angelis, Emmanuel, Chico, Dr. Marlene Nobre. So there are books that you really be confident that what you are learning is something that will bring to you, increase your knowledge and your awareness in order really to speak about. But we can one day talk about spiritual colonies. We can do a research, we can bring and say which kind of colonies, etc., where and names. There's Alvorada Nova in Brazil, Nosso Lar above Rio de Janeiro, Redemption above Salvador. There are more colonies that we can trace some books and bring and discuss these kind of things in order to do a big map only about colonies. And other thing that I want to ask us in this group is to look for all the researchers about academic fields, even non-spiritists or spiritist doctors, and bring in a big file that you can share in a Google or whatever, because this one day will be really good for us. In pieces are like that, we can put pieces together. On a suggestion, okay? So now, my dear people, today I had 2 lives. I did a live yesterday, that was good, because a friend make a comment about, I almost cried yesterday. It was great, European live. And today we had a study this afternoon, 2 study, 1 record, and that's it. So we are almost every day. And the day before yesterday, I spoke about Esperanto with 3 colleagues, alive as well. Esperanto is a beautiful language that I love so much. And Monday was the Esperanto Day, International Esperanto Day. But the live was on Tuesday, okay? I can say to you, thank you very much for everything. So I did wrong. Live was Monday. Esperanto was Monday. Yesterday was Tuesday in European live, and today is Wednesday. Elsa, be careful. And today I have live this afternoon, and tomorrow I have another thing. So God bless us in this coronavirus time, these blissful moments that we share together. And now we are going to the end of our meeting, as usual. If everybody agree, I can do the final prayer. Yeah. So it is the final after or before the final prayer or after you stop recording. But at least we are spreading, and if someone is watching can pray as well, because it's valid. Anytime when you have a prayer is valid in our day. Yeah? So now please follow me in thought, dear friends. Beloved Master Jesus, our dear friends, spiritual benefactors, once again in this beautiful day, we are gathered in your name, spreading the word of love and charity, reading, studying, understanding your teachings, especially today studying reincarnation. So, dear Lord, join our thoughts in our positive moments now. We can share with our brothers and sisters that are in hospitals, some in terminal illnesses, some think about suicide, abortion, euthanasia, some friends, brothers and sisters in prisons. So we can pray for them, dear Lord, to release their minds from the bad moments of their lives and tune with the good ones that they can do still in the future. Most of them have a family, child at home. They don't see now for these times. So we can pray for the ones that are in psychiatrics and prisons. Both of them are prisoners. So may your blessing be with them, dear Lord. And so we can ask as well your blessings for the entire medical doctors, nurses, the ones that are working in hospitals, still dealing, fighting with this coronavirus. But we know, dear Lord, seeing the opposite side, we can see that is a blessing moment for family to know each other, for parents to know their children, to talk a little bit more, or discover new ways to live together. So it is a blessing moment for us that we can reflect in all these studies and have more opportunities to say good things, to pray together with these internet moments as well. It's easy for all of us. Although we are feeling sometimes lonely without our families, but we know, dear Lords, there is a reason for everything, and we accept with love everything that happened with us, and changing our mind to the good moments, to the good thoughts, so we can send good healings for the ones that are really ill in nursing homes, the ones that are in poverty in the streets, homeless, the one who has nothing to eat in cities in Africa, Guatemala, India, other places, even in Brazil, the people that is struggling to survive. But we know, dear Lord, each one of us, we have our guardian angels, that we have to be confident that everything will pass, and this time will pass as well. So, dear Master Jesus, may your blessing be with all the names that are in our healing box, all the friends that are not able to join us today, so they can receive your blessings of love and health. And for us here, once again, may your blessing be with us, with our families, incarnated and discarnated ones. May your blessing be with the politicians and religious leaders for the entire world, entire humanity. And once again, dear Lord, we would like to join our thoughts and say thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for this great opportunity being together, praying together, being silent together, reflecting, and trying to do our best to improve our knowledge about spiritual field of life. So, dear Lord, would you like to ask now your permission to close our meeting? So be it.